Stay tuned. We about to come right up live with the Storm Morning Show on BKS1 Radio. Stay tuned. Share it out.
This is the Storm Warning Show. Turn the radio up. Let's go. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up. BKS1, BKS1, BKS1 Radio.com. Turn the radio up.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio. Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane. And shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio. BKS1. God bless y'all.
What's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? What is going on? You're officially on BKS1 Radio, Storm Warning Show.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Kiss.
Hello.
Pay attention to the show.
I am.
Stop worrying about the gram.
Look, we got to tap the people in, though. They requested.
Salute, peace, and blessings to everybody on the check-in, man. You know where you at, man. Shout out to everybody on BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody listening on other platforms. Shout out to everybody on FB. We officially here. Storm. Oh, we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
Let me talk to y'all. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so make sure y'all share out the show. Hot topic.
Yes.
Also a topic, a relationship topic. Not so much a relationship topic, but
more like a statement. But
a statement.
Yes,
but
speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. We want to talk about everything from Chloe Bailey to Lil Nas X to Wendy Williams to Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
And I want you to chime in. And because we respect your views and opinion.
Yes,
I'm going to try to throw up the numbers so y'all can call in too tonight.
Well, while he does that, 646-233-1302.
Again, it's
646-233-1302 for the bilinguals.
There you go. Let me clap that up.
But first and foremost, how you feeling, Dorm?
I am good. I am good. Let me officially introduce you. This is 1/3 of the amazing R&B group Allure. We call her what?
Oh, we amazing.
Hurricane Kiss.
Hola,
yes.
¿cómo están?
Yes.
And this is my partner, El Chocolatito, El Nutella, El Bonbon, DJ Storm, Norm the General.
Salute, peace and blessings to everybody, man. Listen, I hope everybody's feeling good.
Yes.
Good. Again, man, we
came off a long weekend. We got a lot to talk about, man.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Again, I'm good. I'm feeling good. Looking forward to tomorrow. Our last sipping slow jams of the summer is going down. Listen. We ain't even worried about that rain. We got tents because they're saying the rain.
It's not going to rain. It's like 15%.
And they saying it's going to stop around 3-4 o'clock. So again, if it stops around 3, 4, whatever like that, the event is from 7 to 11. So definitely said it is not going to rain.
Okay.
Anytime after 6:30, it's not going to rain anyway.
Well, we're going to have a good time regardless.
And they said light showers early in the morning and all of that, whatever.
Yeah.
But sipping slow jams tomorrow because it's the last one of the summer. You know we're going to make sure it's right. We're going to do some special things, special surprises. Shout out to everybody that bought tickets to the Sip and Slow Jams.
Absolutely.
Woo!
And speaking of surprises, I got to say thank you again for the weekend. Thank you for letting Ori throw my surprise party at your house. And thank you to everybody who came, called, text, showed up, emailed, brought gifts. Thank you. I had an amazing weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you to you and Sandy for real.
Yes, definitely. And shout out to Sandy for holding it down with the decorations and getting behind that grill.
She be so tired and she does her thing. I love you, Sandy, for real. That's my boo.
Yeah. She got behind that grill, did a thing, almost burnt herself up. You saw that?
No, that must have been before. Was that when I was there?
You must wasn't paying it. You was probably
mingling,
had the adrenaline flowing and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see, and then Allie's friend, what's her name?
Niecy.
Niecy had to put out the fire.
I missed all. There was like an actual fire. That must have been in somebody must have been in my face.
The grill got out of control. Whatever,
oh my
like
god!
That. And burnt her on her side. She got a big blister on the side.
Oh boo!
Of her leg. Yeah.
Jesus.
But again, shout out to.
Oh my god! Yeah, for real. Shout out to Sandy, man.
Wifey holding it down.
She always holds it down. Love you, lady.
Burning herself up.
Damn girl.
Big shout out to Cash. Shout out to Norman D. Muhammad. What's up, fam? Shout out to Tracy Sunshine Tucker, Grand G. Shout out to Neil Chandler, Vashti, my man John Franklin, Marlette Miller, Elder Jason Hawks, Lucretia Taylor Johnson, Erica, Joe Brown. Erica, try to show up tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to my cousin, Alfred Hargrove. What's good, fam? All right, let's get this thing on.
Shout out to everybody on IG watching.
Shout out to everybody on IG. Peace and blessings. let's get this Storm Warning show started.
Yes.
First and foremost, I want to send some prayers out to Wendy Williams.
Yes.
She's actually been, this was the first statement that came out, right? So this was the first statement that came out, which says, while continuing her health evaluations, Wendy has tested positive for a breakthrough case of COVID-19.
Oh, my God.
To allow Wendy time to quarantine and fully recover, and to ensure that our production abides by all SAG-AFTRA and DGA COVID protocols, we expect to begin the 13th season of the Wendy Williams Show on Monday, October 4th. In the meantime, repeats will be scheduled. But then...
I can't.
Then this actually came out. Wendy Williams reportedly hospitalized for mental health concerns.
So were they using COVID as a cover-up just so that they wouldn't say that it was a mental health issue?
I think they might be initially.
Because, they put COVID on everything now.
Yeah.
You break your ankle, it's COVID.
Yeah. I think so. They said Wendy Williams has reportedly been hospitalized for a psychiatric evaluation, according to TMZ.
Wow. Well, prayers up for her. I know everybody always want to be
prayers up, man.
Joking on Wendy, but mental health is serious, so just keep her in your prayers instead of talking about her. Let's try that for once.
Prayers up for Wendy. And again, shout out to everybody on the check-in. I see y'all trickling in. Mm-hmm. Let's go right to what the topic is going to be tonight, because if somebody want to comment on it. So the topic is, I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but sometimes the person you want
does not deserve you.
Does not deserve you. Sometimes the person you want does not deserve you.
I'm sorry, but your face was funny with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, shit. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the person you want does not deserve you. Mm-hmm. Now, what does that mean to you, Kiss?
Where do I begin? It means exactly what it says. Sometimes the person you want does not deserve you. Sometimes the person that you... Again, where do I begin? That's a broad conversation. Mm-hmm. It's like I said.
Shantae was good. Go ahead.
It's exactly what it says. Sometimes you have such a high expectation for a situation and a person when it comes to being in a relationship or whatever the situation might be, and how you and I discuss all the times that sometimes we're looking or we're thinking so much of a person that we ignore the red flags. And because of what we feel like, oh, I want this person, or this person should be with me, or for whatever reason. But in all reality, again, the person just doesn't deserve you. That person wouldn't know what to do with you, does not know how to handle, whether it be adult conversation, doesn't know how to treat you, doesn't know what it entails to be in an actual loving, respectful, loyal, faithful situation with a person like you or whoever the you is.
I use an example with guys first, right? Mm-hmm. So I know some guys, right? Good brothers, good down to earth brothers, respectable dudes, whatever. They see this one girl, and immediately she's the object of their affection,
right?
And they're like, oh my God, I gotta do whatever I gotta do to get her, blah 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 blah. And they're only really looking at the physical attributes, the superficial stuff, whatever like that, without really getting to know this female. Mm-hmm. And they busted behind trying to make this one catch. They keep throwing the bait in, whatever like that, never getting none on the hook.
Right.
And when they finally get it, this person really ain't all what they thought they was, but they still so obsessed with having this person. And they set themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
I seen it with some of my brothers all the time. I got to put some of y'all on blast, man. I seen it with y'all all the time. And y'all set yourself up for failure because you've been chasing what you thought was gold, right? And it was really some fake cheap metal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then there's even situations where the person actually does know the person. You know what I mean? Like there've been years invested. Like maybe there was a friendship before then or whatever the case is, and they just mistreat the person when they finally get them. Like there was a meme last week that me and my friend were laughing at where they say like, of course they put it on the guys, you know what I'm saying? But it can happen to either one, where they say guys will beg a female to be with them and then finally get her and treat her like a yellow Laffy Taffy. Mm-hmm. How nobody likes the banana ones.
Right.
So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, whether you know the person or not, you, again, like we both just said the same thing. Like you think you're ready for somebody or for a situation, but you have no real good intentions of really doing right by the person.
Facts.
And that shit sucks, because then the other person who thinks that, because this person, chased for so long and courted me for so long and showed so much, what's the word? So much interest and whatever, and had me feeling like I was just so special. Then you finally get there and it's like, you did all that to treat me like shit or to ignore me or to, you know what I mean?
Now,
so
I see with females too.
Females do the same thing.
Females have the Nikki Parker syndrome. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
From that show.
Yeah.
What was the show?
The Parkers.
The Parkers, right?
Yeah.
And they got that Nikki Parker syndrome, and they keep chasing Professor Oglesby.
Yeah.
Oglesby or whatever his name, and they keep chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing, and then they kind of see it's not all what is cracked up to be.
Right.
And they setting themselves up for failure because this person really don't deserve you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They don't deserve you, and they have no true intentions of truly doing right by you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
then that kind of goes back to our last conversation when you asked. I think it was a topic where you said, could you see yourself being invested with someone that you fell in love with strictly off their personality? I remember we talked about that, and I feel like if people did more of that, then maybe you could have something, you know what I mean? Something to look forward to. But like you said, when people just look at the physical and think because a person looks good or they see what they do for a living or they, and even sometimes people, you don't even know what a person does for a living. You just have this way about yourself.
Right.
Or you look like money, so they figure, he or she must be really doing something. And then you get with them and you can't even go on a damn date.
Right.
Or you can't, go to a movie, or you can't get the simplest thing done to actually have that time together. And it's like,
Facts.
Okay. Tripped and fell over that one.
Facts.
Yeah.
Listen. We're going to talk about that. So again, the topic tonight, and you could call in to discuss anything about the topic. It's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes the person you want
does not deserve you.
Does not deserve you, man. So we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna move on. All right. So I'm gonna kick it off with this post from Vinny Brown of Naughty by Nature. So Vinny posted this, and I thought it to be a very interesting post. Okay. All right. He posted, so the music industry has evolved into a glorified porn expo. Hey, how exactly are the kids supposed to digest this mess? And this came right after the MTV Awards. Okay. That's basically what it's in reference to. And then Vinny had elaborated on the post. He said the lowest hanging fruit doesn't mean it's healthy. There's truly no balance, especially in urban music. It's sex, drugs, and violence. There's absolutely no filter, and technology will definitely raise your kids faster than you could ever imagine. I'm just saying. He actually, I think he made a reference to Chloe Bailey.
Okay.
As far as this, I think he might have changed his post. I'm not putting you on blast, Vinny, but I follow you, so I read the original joint.
Right.
Where you made a reference to Chloe Bailey and whatever. So I didn't see the MTV Awards. I caught little bits and pieces, but I hear a lot of people going in on Chloe Bailey. What is it? Chloe and Holly.
Haley, yeah.
Chloe and Haley Bailey, they do a lot of the Beyonce covers and all of that. That's what they got famous for.
Yeah, but people they have a lot more to say about Chloe than they do Haley. Haley's like the quiet one. She's like the very reserved one. She's the one that was chosen to play the new Little Mermaid. Yeah, and it's funny because like we were talking earlier before the show, and I always said that like I enjoy both the girls. I think they're both super talented. I think they can both sing. They're both beautiful. And obviously, if you know Chloe and Hailey, they came up in like the whole Disney world and very, childlike and very sweet and pure and innocent. And when they first came out with like their material, me personally, and this is just my opinion. I don't want to hear nobody coming in my DMs and whatever, because I know Beyonce is like their mentor.
Right.
I don't care about the Beehive.
Okay.
My whole thing is this. I have an opinion just like everybody else does. It's not to disrespect anybody. It's just my opinion.
Okay. And
I always felt that when you saw both of them together, that Chloe came off very overly sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always felt like, and again, it's not to say that that's it's her character. It's how she is. That's how she moves. That's how she wants to be. Like I think she was like big at one point, and then she lost all this weight. Like her body's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. Mm-hmm. But I always felt like they focused a lot more on her, and like Hailey was always like kind of swallowed in her shadow, in a way, because she's like, again, she's very reserved. Like she's still sexy, but there's just a very subtle sexiness about Hailey. Chloe's just like right in your face.
Right. So let's go. So again, I thought they were Disney too. Like
they were
Disney too, and then I saw this.
There you go.
From the
VMAs.
And I was like, whoa, that's Chloe? This is the little girl that was singing the Beyonce covers? And I'm like, okay, she came into her own now.
Like my face the whole time was just like...
And then they started talking about issue about tampon was showing and all of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's a whole nother story. If you Google it, you'll see the story about that. So then they started getting on her about that. She had some backlash about the tampon showing and all this stuff, whatever the case may be.
She sold her soul and all this.
Yeah, saying she sold her soul with all this, whatever like that. Now, listen, I think every young lady starts to explore their sexuality at a certain point, just like men. So as they getting older, and we always see them as little girls. It's just like I always saw Tia and Tamara as these nice girls. You know what I'm saying? These just nice, good old girls and blah, 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 blah.
But they were. And Tia and Tamara never came out afterwards. Even when they were in the group together, they were very wholesome.
Tia Mowry now shows more sexier.
She's always been the edgier
pictures
twin.
of herself.
Yeah, Tia's always been the edgier twin. It's funny because Tamara was always I love them both, but Tamara was always my favorite because she was like the goofiest when I grew up kind of goofy too.
Right.
So she was my favorite, but I always loved them both equally. Just Tia, she's still edgier than Tamara, but she's not. I don't think she's like, she comes off like sexual, like lustful and shit. Like she still has a reserve about herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I couldn't even think about like another set of twins. Like you can't say Mary Kay and Ashley because they've always been very,
right.
old and
yeah. But
white girls.
But we don't expect. See, we got to stop. Not expecting these kids to grow up.
We never got this with Tia and Tamara. Not this far.
Listen, so
it's
again,
because they're younger.
When I saw this, I was like, "Wow, okay,
yeah,
she's on something else." Mm-hmm. And then, her good girl image, because what she started posting on Instagram, started getting attacked too, because she started posting stuff like this on Instagram. Let's watch the clip.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Chloe Bailey, aka one half of duo Chloe x Hailey, nearly broke the internet yesterday when she took to her personal Instagram to tell her fans good morning, wearing next to nothing. In the video, which has been seen close to 20 million times already, Chloe smudged her bedroom with sage and danced around wearing only a t-shirt and underwear. Fans were understandably excited by the video, which showed off her curvy figure. She also captioned the video, "Good vibes only," alongside the evil eye emoji. Look. Last month, Chloe's body changed a lot. Her butt nearly doubled in size, causing many to accuse the former Good Girl star of getting butt augmentation. Here's the picture
nearly
that
doubled in size.
Listen, her butt nearly doubled in size.
Really though?
What do you think about that video you just saw?
I saw it before. I saw it, and I was like, okay, you're burning sage, but who burns sage like that? I burn sage, and I'm running through the house trying to make sure I don't get set on fire. I'm not worried about who's seeing my thighs.
With your panties on?
Huh?
When you burn the sage, you running through the house like Chloe did?
No, I was fully dressed because I didn't want to get burned with shit.
Okay.
Again, I saw that video when it first came out, and that came after the whole body shaming. They were just like, oh, like people were putting her down for it. Right. Like saying like you're doing too much or da-da-da-da. Right. And she was like, look, I used to be a big girl and now I'm this size and I feel like I look beautiful and I'm proud of my body, whatever. Again, we went through this the last time when Beyonce took that picture with her ass out in the chaps, in the assless chaps. So it's like, at this point, it's almost like we're stuck between what we consider an art form and what we consider like soft porn, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Right. At the end of the day, it's no different from looking at Beyonce or no different from looking at J-Lo when she's wearing something explicit or Halle Berry or whatever the case is.
What's Chloe's age though?
And that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, but what's different about it is that she's young. I forget how old they are. I was about to look it up, but they have to be like maybe, I don't know, between 18 and 20, I'm thinking. Because they grew up so fast, you know what I'm saying? Wow. The thing is that to us, it's like looking at a little girl. Okay, so I guess, in industry age, I guess she feels like, look, I'm old, I'm grown, but she's making money, so she's on her own, she got her own apartment, so who's going to tell her different, basically? But because of the fact that, again, they came from this wholesome, idea of like being Disney, Disney artists or singers, actors, whatever the case is, but they grew up fast before our eyes, and then they went to Grownish. That's a very, right. It's a much older show in comparison to watching them on Disney. Right. With Trevor Jackson, and you see how he, Trevor's grown as hell and everybody thinks he's sexy. I think, but he's still young. He's young enough to be my son. Right. So at the end of the day, it's almost like for adults, it's like, oof, that's a lot. If all I'm looking at is your ass all day, and then it's just the whole thing about, oh, well, Beyonce's her mentor, so we see where she gets it from. But I said it to you before the show. Right. I said, I think she's gorgeous. I think she's talented. She could sing her face off. But I think people are more so thinking that she's just following a pattern and trying too hard to be like her mentor as opposed to giving something of her own. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel that way, too. And again, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm St. Marianne Catherine from the convent, because I'm not. Mm-hmm. I done sent a couple of explicit pictures to my significant other, but I'm 45 years old. Right. I can do that. But when your world is seeing it, it's a way more. That's like Ori going out there one day, and I'm like, what? What are you doing? You get what I'm saying? Right. It's way different when it's somebody of a younger age, and we still see them as a child. To her, she's like, I'm grown, so whatever. So I see where people are coming out with it, and then also even with me, like, it comes off very extra. It comes off like, I just said it to you today. My opinion, again, when I watched the VMA performance with Justin, we were both sitting there like, it's just so extra. Like, if you watch it yourself, you may or may not, I don't know. But a lot of people were saying the same thing, like, there's performance and then there's doing too much. Right. And I felt like she just did a tad bit too much. Like, you could have just performed and it would have been great. You would have sound good, look good. Right. But all the bending over and me seeing the back of your vagina and your butt pulsating and you humping the floor it's a lot for me. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I expect that from like the Beyoncés or the J-Los because they're older and, for a much more mature audience. But she's like, I think she's younger than my daughter. Right. You know what I mean? So it could be a lot sometimes. Right. So I get it.
Sandy said 21 and 23.
Oh, see,
so
okay.
I don't know which one is 21. I don't know which one is 23.
Well, I think Chloe is the oldest and Haley's the youngest. And for some reason, because I think for a long time, people thought they were twins. Like fraternal twins or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah. I mean, she said 20 and 23?
Yeah. All right.
I mean, she's legal, but it's a lot.
All right, let's go into this
Love
next
her
thing.
voice, but yeah.
What is going on with Lil Nas X?
Oh, that's a whole nother basket.
Yes. Let's talk about this. What is going on with Lil Nas X in the prosthetic pregnant belly he's walking around with? And I get it. Listen, I'm in the biz. I get marketing. I get promoting and marketing a new album, a new record, all of that.
Right.
But I need to know what's going on with Lil Nas X. Let me read some comments real quick.
I don't even know.
Yeah, we got comments. So let's scroll down.
Let's see.
You can start it from Sandy's comment.
Okay.
It says, it's right there.
Oh, yeah, because it's not popping up on mine. I should have got my glasses out. Sandy says she's growing up, but in the wrong direction. She don't need to do all that to be sexy. She has the wrong people advising her. She's getting caught up. Hopefully she will realize it before she goes downhill or turns to drugs. Chloe is 23. That's kind of where I was going with it.
Wow.
Hey, Denise.
What's up, Vic?
Vic said, hey, bro. He said, wasn't she the little girl in the Meet the Brown movie as Angela Bassett?
Was she?
And she also played the little girl and I think she played Beyonce's younger self in The Fighting Temptation. That's where she met her.
That was her? Okay. And Alicia.
Alicia said, me personally, I'm tired of seeing ass on every award show. It doesn't take all that. Exactly.
You know what I can honestly say? Who never really showed a lot of behind and butt on award shows?
Who?
Alicia Keys.
Yeah, because that's not Alicia. Like Alicia
she
has looked. Let me tell you something. Alicia has looked sexy as hell to me. I remember when she first came out with Have You Ever Tried Sleeping with a Broken Heart? And she on that cat suit. She was fully dressed, but the illusion in itself, like there's something about just leaving a little bit to the imagination that can come off so dope. Alicia's just always been that real tomboy, whatever. So when it was almost like when Aaliyah started wearing dresses. You know what I mean? Like Aaliyah was always baggy pants, chilling. She was tomboy. But when she busted out at the MTV Awards with that dress, it was like, oh my God, she looked gorgeous, but she looked I'm having brain farts all day today. It was a very conservative type of sexy. Like she didn't have to do all that shit. You know what I mean? To be like, because she was already beautiful.
Right.
With Alicia, it's the same thing. She's a beautiful girl. She's talented. And, it is what it is. Come out there in the thong.
Caller from the 404. State your name. Where you calling from? You're on the Storm Warning Show. What's good?
It's a Troublemaker. What's happening?
Hey, Cass. How are you?
What's going on, Troublemaker?
I'm mad at Kiss. She didn't invite me to the party. I mean, I could have come anyway.
How am I going to invite you to a party I didn't know nothing about? It was a surprise.
You could have came, bro. But anyway, what's going on, fam?
Well, today, the way the industry is going today, it's like they don't leave anything to the imagination.
Right.
You got your ass out, and the same thing in society. You know what I mean? That's what this society has gone to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're in for worse, in the future, because everything has just got out of hand.
Right.
I'm talking about, you talk about these girls that was on Disney. I had wrote you a comment in your comment section saying, like, Denise Huxtable. She went from Denise Huxtable on the Cosby Show to Epiphany on Angel Heart, and she was like screwing Mickey Rourke. I'm like, come on now. It just destroys the image that you're accustomed to.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. One, they're entertainers. Two, you talking about Lisa Bonet. She's an actress.
Right.
So she can go from playing Miss Goody Two Shoes to playing the bad girl, whatever like that. Basically, they're showing their range. Actors are different. They show their range as an actor. Because I've seen. I mean, look at Halle Berry. She could play one role, and then she can be.
Right.
Can you make me feel good?
She went from a crackhead to Can you make me feel good?
Can you make me feel good?
To
which is still crackheadish, but go
to
ahead.
Zola Taylor.
Right.
Yeah, to Zola Taylor.
So like,
yeah. So actresses show their range. So I can't really use that as a comparison. But when we talk about the Rihannas, the Beyoncés, now Chloe, you got the hers out there, whatever. It's like to me again, and I think Kiss said it earlier. If she idolizes Beyonce,
right,
and that's her mentor, she's going to emulate her.
Right.
In her performances, and that's basically what she did. When you look at this picture that I showed y'all, she's emulating Beyonce because you could see Beyonce in those type of shots. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
and even like what you just said with Halle Berry, like we say, she's an actress. So and I always very seldom I compare actresses to artists as well, because I feel like when we shoot videos or when we're recording songs and performing recording songs. It's almost like you're putting yourself in character. Like we could walk into a room and Chanel could write a song about something that we've never been through.
Right.
So now it's time for us to put ourselves in a character to envision what would I feel like if I felt this kind of emotion, if I felt this kind of heartbreak or whatever case. So of course, yes, we're playing characters in a way. But for Halle Berry, she's an actress. So she has to now switch from being a crackhead to now embodying Zola Taylor, this classy woman who fell in love with Frankie Lyman and, you know, lost all her stuff, whatever the case is. So there's different roles. For singers, it's that, and that's why people start this shit with they sold their souls, because they feel like whenever you start doing stuff like this, it's like you're giving up more than what you're receiving in the industry, because why does everybody feel like you have to go to these extremes to be popular?
But you know what? Listen,
because we weren't doing that when the Supremes was out. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, but artists got the choice.
Of course,
artists got the choice to say yes or no.
Absolutely.
Or some of them may want to do it, and it's like maybe you got to understand too. I mean, let's look at it from their perspective, because we giving our opinions about these young girls or whatever like that. But maybe Chloe is tired of the good girl image.
And
maybe she wants to break that Disney.
Like that's who she is.
That Disney image or whatever like that. It's just like Britney Spears. She came up in Disney. Justin Timberlake, he came up in Disney. A lot of these artists came up in the whole Disney factor, and they probably wanted to break that image. Go ahead.
You know what's funny? Her sister, when Haley one time, I don't know if you probably didn't see it, she posted a video one day of her singing like a song that was trending, and she started twerking. But it was cute because she's like the shy one. It didn't come off like she was being raunchy. It came off like she's having fun. She's playing with the song, and people were shitting on her. People were like, "No, girl, sit down. You don't have enough ass for that. Let your sister take care of that." They were shitting on her. So it's like, how is that fair? Like they started together, but now because your sister has this body. She's a thicker one. Right. She has this, this like very, risque and very brazen personality or whatever. You're the quiet one. Now it's like, even though she's beautiful, she shouldn't do that because it don't come off the way you know what I'm saying? So now you're shunning her and you're dissing her because she don't look like her sister. So it's like, where's the balance in that? Right. So now she can't have fun because she needs to have the body that her sister. It's all just whack for me. Right. Facts. It's tacky. This shit is just tacky.
Cass, thanks for your opinion, bro. We appreciate you, man. And
well,
listen,
I was just looking at the expectation of what they came in as.
Right.
I wasn't looking at the difference between actor and singers. I'm just looking at, because a lot of actors, like everybody on the Cosby Show, didn't go into the raunchy type of deal. Lisa Bonet was the only one. You know, I was just looking at the expectation of what she came in as.
Right.
Right. Not their profession. Right. And I understand the range of everything, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Facts. Appreciate you, bro. Listen, man. One day you gotta make an event, bro. You gotta get out.
Yeah, man. When I'm not working, and whatever, 'cause I'm really hustling. I'm like the Africans, man. I'm working like 50 jobs, man. I'm trying to get my hustle on and get my legit work on, and so like I can't stop. I don't have no breathing space.
Nah, I feel you, man. Listen, bro. Again, we appreciate you, man, and thanks for calling in, fam.
Thank you, Kaz.
All right, peace and blessings.
No doubt. All right. Listen. Let us know your opinion, man. Let's talk about this little Nas X thing. Again, with the whole belly and the pregnancy and all of that.
But he did that in the whole. At the same time when we were discussing the whole thing in Texas, right, with the abortions and the law that was being passed, right. I think that was like kind of like a snub towards that or whatever.
Yeah, but
I just stopped listening after a while.
I know a lot of women kind of gave him some backlash.
Oh, yeah.
Behind that, but also too, he made comments about when people are asking him, they always ask him about, well, don't you have a responsibility to be a role model to the kids?
Yeah, they asked him on the Breakfast Club,
and he said F the kids.
He said F them kids. Yeah,
I got
you
the
have
clip.
it? Okay.
Yeah, let's run the clip right here. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say to you.
Let's get it.
I feel like I used to, but now it's just like, like kids, not like kids.
That's exactly what you just said.
But
you just gave them another headline, Montero. Okay, what agenda is that? The agenda?
It's like we really get one chance to do this, at least to my knowledge. I don't know like what happens when we die or not. So it's like I'm not like about to pander to your kids or you. Like anybody, like even I have to do this with my family members, like because my family members may not always agree with what I'm doing, or like whoever I'm dating, like they may not agree. But it's like I honestly, really, truly want to live by, this is our life. We get to do so. What anybody else has to really say about it, I guess. I feel like I used to, but now it's just like like kids, not like
the kids. That's exactly what you just said.
He said F the kids. So you know a lot of parents going to be coming after him for that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We going back to the conversation of do these artists have a responsibility to their audience, especially kids? Do they have a responsibility? And my thing is, the artists are not supposed to be raising your kids, right? So you're supposed to be having a conversation with your kids about what's good, what's bad, what's real, what's fake,
and also having restrictions as to what they're seeing.
Right. So, I kind of get what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I a Lil Nas X fan? Hell to the no. Am I a fan of his new marketing that he's doing now with the prosthetic belly, acting like he's pregnant? And let me show the clip on this. Y'all peep this out real quick.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
What do I think is coming? I think the baby's coming. What do I think is coming? I think the baby's coming. What do I think is coming? I think the baby's coming. What do I think is coming?
I don't get it. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Because,
you know what I mean?
Because he got an album out called Montero. It's about to drop, whatever like that. So he's treating the album like it's a baby.
Like it's a baby.
And you know what? Because so
it's a marketing strategy.
It's a marketing thing, whatever like that. But man, bro,
it's a lot.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay, oh God, it's a lot.
What's your thoughts, Tracy? What's good? Tracy, what's good? Shout out to Melissa Hunter. Melissa, what's going on? Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Do your thing. She's going to be rocking out at the Sip and Slow Jam. She's going to give us a special treat. I want you to do 2 songs.
Oh, look at them. You see him, Melissa?
But that's cool. We ready for that one. But looking forward to seeing you sing at the Sip and Slow Jams. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Like me and Justin were talking about it. Everybody knows Justin, my cousin. He's gay. He don't care. He's himself. But even he's taken aback by it. Like, even from the video that he had out where he came out of stripper pole and was lap dancing on the devil.
Right.
We were both, Justin was just like.
Too much.
He's like, I'm gay. And like, that's a lot. Especially when you're a spiritual person and you believe in God. There's certain things. Like, I just always feel like there's a time and a place. There's a way. And then he came up with a letter like saying the reason why the video was directed the way that it was. And I'm like, okay, you could tell your story and say like how you felt like everybody was condemning you and whatever, and depict it a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's missing. Okay, I respect him as an artist because I respect every artist as the artist that they are, right? But at the same time, I feel like should we always feel like we should be role models to children or whatever? No. Right? But at the end, but on the flip side, you have to also understand that kids are watching. No matter what you restrict them from watching, they're gonna see it somehow, and you have to always kind of have that in the back of your head. Like, okay, if my daughter was watching somebody else, you know what I mean? Like, what would I want them to watch or not watch? Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's missing his mark as far as being a voice for like the LGBT community. To the point where they're not being respected. And then, you're just giving them reason to just, like, blast down on them and, like, just do shady shit, like, show up and, like, all these mass murderings and people burning their flags and stuff and things of that nature. You're missing your mark. Right. So I understood what he meant by I shouldn't be responsible. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, in the same token, you still have to take a certain type of responsibility because you're putting music out there that you want people are, these are your consumers. Whether it be the parents, the kids, whatever the case is, and if you're giving another person's child the incentive, right, to start living a lifestyle that they know nothing about, way before their time, like I completely, you know what I'm saying? Like I completely agree with when people say like, oh, you're not born that way. No, people are born this way. When you're born, you just have, know who you are. Right. Or you figure it out, whatever the case is. I've never been that kind of person where I start, this and that, pointing a finger because I could wake up tomorrow and be like, I might like bears. You don't know. Right. But at the same time, if I'm constantly putting out an image or putting out a message or whatever the case is, that's going to make somebody's 5-year-old think that it's okay to go and be attracted to a man before they even know what it is. And even Justin said it. He said, I don't like that. He said, I don't think that it's fair for a 3 and 4-year-old to say, I want to wear a dress. Now, on the flip side of that, if I was able to have a child right now, and let's just say I had a son, screw the hypotheticals. I have Justice.
Right.
He can't speak. We know this. My grandson's autistic.
Right.
But if he was in the realm of saying, "Grandma, I like guys," would it be a moment? Like, I just got hot thinking about it. Not because I feel like it's disgusting or whatever. So don't go there. What I'm saying is that it would be easier if my grandson said to me, "This is what I feel," and not because of something that he saw. I don't feel like myself. I feel like I like that more than that, whatever the case is, because I know that we watch what he watches.
Right.
So for a parent that really does, keep a close eye on what their children are watching, but your child still decides to be something that you didn't have any expectation of, I'm still going to love my grandson. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's not going to be that leaving him in the
Facts.
street and because some parents do that. Some parents can't handle the transition or the oh wow, really, that's what it is. And even if you can't handle it at first, most parents who love their kids, they'll get there. We've talked about that before.
Right.
They'll get there. But when you're seeing so many young kids, like I said, 3, 4, 5 little boys, swaying and doing whatever, and it's because a lot of parents are still living like they're 19, 20 and letting the kids watch whatever.
Yeah,
so in
yeah,
that case, that's not fair. What he's doing is not fair.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
I hope I wasn't rambling, but
no, I agree
I don't like
with that.
saying things and feel like I'm like.
I wish these networks care more about the children than the ratings. If these networks care more about the children than the ratings, I think more people would support them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Then want to boycott them and backlash, give them a lot of backlash for the stuff they show and everything like that. Because certain things, a lot of these shows, man, I think they push the envelope too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
I look at Ruthless, right? Ruthless, it's a good show, but it still could be a good show without showing some of the stuff they show.
Right. I haven't seen it yet.
What's the girl from Tyra Banks model show? What's the Tyra Banks model show? I forgot what it's called.
Next Top Model?
Yeah, America's Next Top Model. What's the girl? Eva
Marcel.
Yeah, Eva Marcel. She got the new thing out called All the Queen's Men.
I haven't seen it yet. I
All
know
the
it was
Queen's
good,
Men.
right?
I watched the episodes.
Okay.
Now, me being a straight man, I had to fast forward through a lot of this stuff because it's about the male strip club life. She's a male strip club owner, but the storyline for everything else is great.
Right.
But they got to put the scenes in there for the ladies and stuff like that, and I get it because I know what y'all put up with P Valley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like P Valley, but it's giving the ladies something. You know what I'm saying? But the story itself, I enjoy.
Right.
I fast forward through a lot of the male stripper scenes
sure.
because I don't want to see the dudes swinging and all of that.
But not for nothing, I'm a woman, and honestly, I don't like male strippers. I've told you this. I get uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's my man coming in trying to get me, I'll be like, okay, yeah, baby. I've never liked male strippers. Never. I've always been uncomfortable. But then what you just said just reminded me of the other day when they said like they're pushing the envelope so far. Like they put up a post, but then I experienced it with Justice the other day. He was on YouTube and he was looking. He knows how to go to his history and look for his Frankie the Bear and Leapfrog, the Letter Factory, whatever. He was watching. Oh God, what was Justice watching? He finds like these toy and candy tutorials where they show like the eggshells and you find like the prize or whatever. He likes watching those. It went from that. The next video that came in was the Lil Nas X video. And they showed how they'll have like children's videos, like the backyardigans, this, that, and right underneath the videos that are connected is that. And that's what I don't agree with. Like,
that's what they're doing.
That shit should be in the adults. Like YouTube and all these other search engines
they know
have to they know what they're doing, but they have to do a way better job because, like, honestly speaking, even with we spoke, even with my grandson, he's not speaking, but he's about to be 13 in 6 more days.
Right.
He's going through the boy phase.
Right.
I don't have to say what it is. We know what it is.
Right.
And it's uncomfortable for me as his grandmother, but we have to like wean him through it. But to know that I could give him his tablet and walk away and he could see some shit that I wouldn't show him.
Right.
That pisses me off because he's still absorbing that.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. But see, that's
come on, man.
That's my whole point. I watch this show. Listen, I love Power and Raising Kanan, and you know, I watch these shows. I support them. I like Tyler Perry, The Oval.
Yeah.
I watch it. I watch the other one.
But we're adults at the end of the day. We can consume all that.
Ruthless and all of that. But even with me, I can't consume some of it. I'm like, damn, that's a little bit like you really didn't have to show that, bro.
Right.
Because it was a great storyline. And sometimes you mess up a great storyline by doing too much. Okay, get to the point. We know they like each other. We know they're gonna have sex, whatever like that. You know, whatever. Get to the point.
And honestly, I feel like as far as like since we're on that topic, I feel like the directors and the producers of the show Pose, I think to me was like one of the best shows, one of the best series that they brought out that had to do with showing, you know, like the gay community. You have to. It's honestly such a good show. Like it, you know, it really showcases what they go through, like what they have to go through, like, you know, in the ballroom, on the piers, you know, experiencing being tested HIV, you know, being HIV positive, and these are things that people that it can be a learning thing. They didn't do it in a way where it was just like just take it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The storylines were always great. It was, you know, they taught you about family and love and acceptance and certain things, and you know, people backed away from it because they just saw drag queens, trans, whatever, so they automatically shunned it. I promise you, if you watch Pose, you're gonna be like, I get it. It's not one of those shows that you're gonna want to fast forward because you learn something from each episode. It wasn't like a blatant like, look, two men are kissing. Look, they haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that make it an uncomfortable situation. And for me, like I said, it's not uncomfortable for me because I have many family members that are gay.
Yeah.
It's not a thing for me. But when it comes to the younger generation that doesn't have a choice, you know what I mean? And you can leave them in the room for 1 second, they could be exposed to some shit that they don't need to be seeing at that age. That's when I have a problem with it.
Yeah. And I got to clap it up for that.
It's way too much.
Shout out to Denise said Pose is good and very insightful. They have feelings, yes. DT said, hey my folks. Let's read Paul Scott. Shout out to Paul Scott. Paul, what's good? Let's read his comment.
Paul Scott said, we as the adults of our children have to do a better job at censoring our kids' devices and having deep conversation with them about life. The industry is not going to stop pushing the envelope. It's true. Victor said, what happens with parental consent where you have a censor of the devices? You went there. Sorry.
My bad. Go.
Where we at? A censor of the devices so the kids won't watch inappropriate things. Yeah, exactly. And D Moet, hey D, he said I guess this is in response to Lil Nas X. He said he's lost, no role model. He can do what he wants to do, but there is a price for his actions. God bless him.
Yeah. Shout out to Victor. There's his comment right here. Victor John.
I just read that one.
Okay, and Alicia said,
I love Pose. Pose is. You read Denise's already?
Melissa says, say it, sis.
Oh, okay. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah.
Victor also said because they're trying to push it to our kids, a lot of parents are not keeping an eye on what they're listening or watching. I'm
saying, and again, man, see, and I hate when they try to change the narrative. They're like, well, what's the problem? What do you have? What's the problem you have with gay content?
Yeah,
no, we don't have a problem with gay content. It's just that certain things, you got to give children time enough to grow up, you know, or to mature a little bit to absorb certain things, and like everything shouldn't be pushed down our throats. Sex, period. I don't care if it's heterosexual sex or gay sex, whatever. It shouldn't be pushed down people's throats, especially when children, you know, are able to look at the content. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's my argument with the whole thing.
And D also said the label is allowing this, and it's all about the money. Once it stops making money, he's gonna feel the after effects.
Absolutely.
And Latia said, yes, it's a show on TV. Little white boy got 11 sisters, and a little black boy got 2 dads.
Of course.
I'm gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
Of course.
They said they can't hear anything. All right, I'm gonna log back on, come back in.
All right.
Yeah. So it's just a lot. Like I said, I've never had an issue with accepting. You know what I mean? Like just different people from different all walks of life. Like That's what we should be doing. And of course, when we go back with the Bible and the roots of why we shouldn't accept certain things, it's like, look, at the end of the day, are you going to not accept everybody in your family that comes out like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to start thinking about stuff like that. Like, we're going to have family members and people that we love. If you find out tomorrow that your mother was gay and your mother's your whole world, you stop messing with your mom? You know what I mean? So it's like you have to like really start thinking about
Now I'm gonna say this.
certain things.
I'm gonna say this,
Mhm.
and some people may be offended by it, get pissed off.
Okay.
I don't think Lil Nas X is really gay.
You're not the first person that said that.
Now, I'm
You're not.
gonna keep it 300 with y'all because I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
I sat in marketing meetings and promotional meetings and,
Not the first person
and
I heard
PR
that from.
meetings and all of this, whatever like that. I think he's riding the wave. I think when he came into the game, because if you look what he was putting out when he came into the game, and if you looked at his style of music when he came into the game, right before Old Town Road.
And you was blasting that.
I was blasting. I was blasting.
You was blasting
because
that.
I thought it was hot. I thought it was different.
You were the only one that liked it at BKS.
Yeah, for a minute, and then people started requesting that when I'm at venues. So when that came out and was hot and everything, and then later on the announcement came, okay,
Right.
I'm gay and this whatever.
Yeah.
So then once he made that announcement, you notice his music and his image started changing,
Yeah.
right? So if you look at his image before that, and then you look at his image after that, when he announced that he was gay, whatever the case may
It
be.
escalated quickly.
Yeah, real quick.
But he also said it. He said, after I'm done with this cowboy shit, he said, I went through the cowboy phase. Now I'm going through the gay phase. Now once I'm done with the gay phase, I might go back to
It's
the
a
cowboy.
phase. It's a phase.
And somebody said they both whack. Somebody said they both whack.
Using that word right there, phase.
Right.
So my whole thing is, y'all could be fooled if you want to with all this
Right.
flamboyancy, right? And all the pink outfits and him wearing dresses.
Right, you
and,
came in right on time.
Yeah, him wearing dresses and him wearing this and whatever like that, and him with the pregnant belly and all of this, whatever like that. Somebody told him that gimmicky sells, right? And if people are not really bumping my stuff in the clubs like that,
Right.
here's the other route I'm going to go. Right? And so my whole thing is, if you dope, you dope. It goes back to what I said about Alicia Keys. She's dope enough, whereas her music sells itself. Whitney Houston was dope enough where people just came to hear her voice. That's how dope she was.
Right.
They didn't come to see her dance. They didn't
at all.
They didn't come to see her move or shake her behind. They came to hear her sing.
But then when you flip the script, you think about artists like George Michael, who was gay, right? But that boy could sing his face off. Elton John, phenomenal entertainer, he was a performer.
Right.
Who would not pay to go see Elton John? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all about.
But still, look how they presented themselves.
But that's my thing.
Their
Like
presentation
I feel
still
like
is totally different.
But like Demo has said, like I feel like they're pushing it too much. Like it's a label thing too. Like they're allowing it, so it's almost like okay, it's like yeah, just go do that. Like I said, I've had conversations with plenty of gay folk that was like he doing too damn much,
right?
All because they all agree with what I said. Like again. You're not the message that you're supposed to be bringing to the table to make this community feel like family.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Just because you like something that they don't like or whatever the case may be, that's still another human being. And because he happens to be in love with somebody that you may not be in love with, or the opposite sex, whatever the case is, does not make that person less of a human being. But when you're an artist putting out material or doing things, and that's your message, is coming across ignorant. You're not even coming across to say like, to add on to the please welcome us and love us and understand us and ride with us. Like, cause not for nothing, we've had shows and had tours and stuff where those are like our favorite consumers because they come, they party, it's all love. There's never been any stupidness when we ever had shows with, you get what I'm saying? So it's like they all about love. So it's like if you're gonna take away from that, you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, but again, I never had a problem with anybody who anybody chooses to sleep with,
right?
And their sexual preference. I don't give a ish about. You know what I'm saying? What you eat does not make me shit. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's not even the point.
Right.
The point is how you trying to push it and shove it down people's throat. I don't care what it is. I don't like how today's hip hop pushes violence and drug selling down people, glorifying it like it's cool down people's throats. I don't like that either. So I'm not just talking about the gay agenda thing. I'm talking about
the industry period.
The industry period.
Yeah.
How people really glorifying. You got 7-year-olds glorifying guns, glorifying drug selling, glorifying pimping.
Yeah.
And all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, wait a minute. So to me,
it was subtle when it was our generation coming up.
For me, program directors, radio stations need an overhaul. Record labels need an overhaul, man. Mm-hmm. You need an overhaul. You need new people running these institutions that's going to have some type of limitations on what they allow. All right? And I'm not saying total censorship. No. I get it. Artists are artists. But when all you're talking about is killing, dying, robbing, still like it's coolish, and you're glorifying drug selling, and you're glorifying being in jail and prisons, and you're glorifying murdering people and all of that, whatever like that. It's just like, to me, these rappers are limiting themselves as artists because that's all you could talk about.
Yeah.
So every other word in your rhymes, your lyrics is nigga, nigga, this, that, whatever. Like, your vocabulary, I'm sure, goes beyond that.
Right.
So me coming from the hip hop generation and being a DJ and all of that, I feel as though these artists are limiting themselves. I feel as though there's so much more than what they portray. They could be so much more than what they portray. Stop glorifying the wrong things. And then you pushing it to our youth, to our kids, who are very impressionable, and I have a problem with that.
Right.
So, I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Right.
But that's how I feel. Go ahead.
I have some comments really quick. Shout out to my 3 of my cousins who were in the chat, and I'm glad one of them just chimed in. Rayski, hey, babe. He said, I think this is beyond everything what we visually see, but it's more about an emotion he is making people feel. Homosexuality has been taboo in minority communities, especially in hip-hop and black music. My other cousin, hey, Harry, he said, fools are fools, doesn't matter sexual preference. Back to Ray, he says, do everything that you can to start the conversation that's been going on for years in hip-hop. Gay artists have been in hip-hop since day one.
Yeah, from day one.
Yeah, that's it. And my cousin, Melinda Haymel, she said, preach. But yeah, I was dying to hear what he had to say because we talk about this a lot.
Listen, if I found out, and I know they're not, but if I found out my favorite rappers, Rakim and KRS-One, was gay, is it going to change the way that I feel about their music?
Not at
and
all.
Those classics that they made and their lyrical ability? No, it's not going to change the way I feel.
See, I like how you said that because I was getting ready to go to the other. I don't know if I should mention it or not, but we spoke about it a long time ago.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
What? No.
The one who came out before. Can I say it?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Africa Bambaataa?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When it comes to stuff like that, when you're using how you feel or your preference to take advantage of people, because we know the story behind them, but I don't want to get into it.
He never came out and said he was gay.
He never did, but people had allegations or whatever the case is.
No, he got accused of molesting young boys.
Right.
Let's say what it is.
That's why I said, can I say it?
Daddy-O was just on our show.
Right. So my thing is, when it's stuff like that, that's when I have a problem with it.
Yeah,
because that's even worse than what Lil Nas X is doing. Because now you're like, you're literally like,
well, that's perversion.
Of course,
now you're talking about straight up.
Well,
perversion.
yeah, but I mean, it's the allegations are because of him basically them saying that he was hiding who he was for so long. That now, that's sicker and it's deeper.
Yeah, pedophilia is totally different.
But I just feel like it all
Nas.
connects in some kind of way when it's just the wrong message. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
So when it comes to stuff like that, but like I said, he's still young, and I'm hoping that he also, like D Moet, grows up and maybe understands the damage that can be done behind what he's doing. Because in his mind, he's thinking, oh, I'm out here, I'm rich, I'm making money, I'm out here, I'm getting Grammys, I'm this and that. Nobody could tell me shit. Right. Until the shit hits the fan, and now you're looked at like you're not the artist that we thought you were. So I'm hoping that maybe he gets it and maybe flips the script and maybe hopefully can do it in time to change the narrative and turn it more into a positive, because what you're doing right now, I'm not really feeling it.
No doubt.
At all. I'm sorry.
If you just tuned in, you're watching the Storm Warning Show. This is BKS Unfiltered Thursday nights. Now, because everything we doing now, whatever, is getting that label,
he said that.
Unfiltered.
He said molestation and rape is I can't get that out. Statistically more prevalent in straight men. I gotta agree with that. It is.
Well,
in a lot of cases it is.
Well, let's be honest, because you got the guy, you got the rich white man that was luring young black boys into his apartment, and the gay white guy, and having sex with him, and then he'll kill him.
I mean, yeah, they come in all walks of life.
Yeah. So I mean, they come in all, So I mean, I don't want to say that either. I mean, look at the dude that was eating, what was it, Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh God.
That was gay and was having sex with young black men, whatever like that, and then he eat them or whatever the case may be. So I can't totally rock with that statement you just said right there. But perversion is perversion. Yeah. But all right, moving on. Shout out to everybody, man, with your comments.
Yeah,
we love your comments. Yes. Let me clap it up for y'all. Appreciate y'all, Paul Scott, Victor Johnson, Denise Sparrow.
Denise, that's what I was gonna say. Sam Smith too.
DT, Melissa. Trying to pull this thing. Okay, this thing goes so fast, man. Look at that, zooming. All right. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. Let's talk about this thing. And I hope Paul Scott is still here because you're a producer in music. I hope D Moet is still listening. He needs to go on to the Facebook. He can see it's in its entirety.
Yeah, I think he logged off.
Yeah,
they couldn't hear me at first.
Go to the Facebook page.
Hey, Shawnee.
All right, so let's talk about this. Being that we talking about our music. Okay. So now that we're talking about how people are so impressionable, and they follow these artists and they hang on to every word these artists say or every type of behavior that these artists does, that they take it as law, as word. What's going on with Nicki Minaj? When she started talking about, the against...
Her opinion about the vaccination?
Yeah, her being against the vaccination and all of this stuff like that. You had people taking her word about vaccines and science like it's law. Like it's law. And I'm like, come on now. See, you don't want that. Nicki got a lot of followers, man. She got millions and millions and millions of followers. There's people that hang on to Nicki Minaj's every word. So when you got that much power, you have to be careful. That's just like how white people were scared of Malcolm X. And when they said in that movie, damn, no one man should have this much power. Because when they saw all these people that were following Malcolm and all that, that's when white people got scared. Like, too many people are starting to hang on to his every word. So now we got to demonize him. And then eventually we got to take him out. That's what they're scared of.
Right.
They weren't scared of the religion. They were scared of the power.
Yeah.
And so when you look at somebody like a Nicki Minaj, again, that has how many millions of followers when you go on the gram?
Too many.
She has a huge number of followers. So when she says something like, don't vax or no vaccine or you're not going to tell us what to do or get no vaccine, whatever she was saying, people start to believe that rock with her, and then you're looking for trouble. And then we're going to end up being in this pandemic a lot longer than we thought we was. And then we're going to end up to eventually getting shut down again. And then we're going to end up being isolated again and away from people again. Because people either don't want to get vaccinated or they don't want to wear the mask. One of the two.
I mean, either way, we're going to end up being shut down or everything that you just said all over again because of the fact that the government is just going to pull some moose shot their ass every 2 weeks. We went from COVID to the new Delta variant. Then I don't know if you saw how they snuck in that Mu variant. You saw that? So I'm like, I'm just praying to God, honestly, that we could just wake up one day and it's just going to be over. Yeah, because it's like one thing after the next. Like, I need my kids to be in school.
Of course. Let's run this clip of people out there protesting because of what Nicki Minaj said.
Yeah.
Let's run this clip.
Go ahead. What brings you here?
We are here because CDC has been lying to us for so long.
Nicki Minaj fans in Atlanta say they trust her medical advice about the COVID-19 vaccine.
Nicki, the queen of rock, stood up. Nicki, multiple platinum plaques, stood up and said, I'm questioning this vaccine, and we should all question this vaccine.
Fans even showed up to the Center for Disease Control headquarters on Wednesday in Druid Hills to show support for the platinum rapper's latest tweets.
This one is for the boys with the booming system, top town AC.
She claimed her cousin's friend in Trinidad had a bad reaction to the vaccine. Go ahead, what brings you here?
We are here.
Comment real quick.
Let's go.
Okay, so it says she would have to understand how I think you meant Moderna, right? Works. She's foolish for mentioning erections in regards to vaccines, and then copped out with it being someone against trying to shut a black female down. This isn't about race. She needs to stick to rapping.
Yeah, because listen, man, listen. You got these. I ain't saying they fools, but you got these people.
Not the snicker after though.
No, but you got these people out there talking about Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap. Nicki said this about the vaccine, taking her word as law when it comes to science.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, y'all. I see a lot of these posts on Twitter, on Instagram. People make memes, and you take it as law. Again, one thing the great Dick Gregory told me personally before he died was the problem with black people and minorities is that we don't do our research. Everything we have access now. The internet gave us great access to find out factual information and to do research on it. There's still libraries available, people. Libraries still exist, right? We have to start making phone calls ourselves to these places. The CDC is accessible. The books in the libraries are accessible. You can go on Google and go to legitimate websites that will tell you some legitimate information. You know, we have the access to get this knowledge ourselves. Stop taking what rappers say for law. What these rappers, what these artists say, and these people in my industry, in your industry say as word, that it's law. You're talking about science. You're talking about life or death.
Busy idolizing people. Like, just because you idolize somebody doesn't mean that what they say is going to be 100% correct. Like, you can love someone's music, but that doesn't mean that whatever they're talking about as far as government or law or medicine or whatever, stop. Like, that's too much of that shit.
Stop taking their word as
I never want somebody to idolize Allure that bad where we can say something stupid and you say, oh, it was dope because Akita from Allure said it. No. If it's dumb, it's just dumb. Like, enough of the shit. Like, it's just getting so bad, man.
Come on, man. We just got rid of a president that said inject disinfectant in your arms.
And now we got a new one that's saying that bleach. if you're gonna look for a place to live and you have hurricanes, you have to get back. Like, he just sounds dumb. I don't know if that was clickbait or what, but it's just like ignorance after ignorance after ignorance.
Do the research for yourself. All I'm saying is this. Me personally, I know a lot of people that I was close to that died from COVID, right? So with that being said, with me actually being able to see that with my own eyes and some perfectly healthy people too that I knew personally, and a lot of people that y'all know or whatever like that, we see them die and drop dead from COVID. They're good one day and then the next day they're sick, they're gravely sick, and then they're hooked up to a machine and then they're no longer here. Right. So what I'm saying is something is going on. Something somewhere is happening, whatever name you put on it, COVID, Lovid, Movid, whatever. Something is going on. So we know this. That's common sense. So with anything else, we had no problem with getting 10 million booster shots and shots to when we're in school, right? Our parents taking us to get all these shots, whatever, right? While we're in school, get vaccinated for this, the flu, take a vaccine for the shingles, take a vaccine for this, whatever like that. It's a vaccine. Yes, with any vaccine, people are going to have there's going to be a percentage of people that have adverse reactions to whatever vaccine you take.
Right.
Do not be that naive to when a rapper says XYZ, you believe XYZ without doing your own research. Do your own due diligence and find out for yourself what's right and what's wrong.
And Ray just said, not Moderna, mRNA, right? Versus DNA. He said just YouTube it, just YouTube and how it works in regards to vaccines. Yeah. So if anybody's like, and he's in medicine, so he knows what the hell he's talking about. So just, do your research yourself instead of listening to the news, because the news is gonna pump fear and gonna pump miscommunication because that's what they do. Right. So instead of listening to that, like Norm just said, just get into the books, man. It's ridiculous already.
Yeah, facts. Listen. I got a cousin that stays with me that makes the test kits for COVID. That makes all the test kits. He's a scientist. He makes the kits. He works for the company. So they have to give him all this research. Yes, they have to give him all this research and everything. He's a very smart brother.
Yes, he is.
and they have to give him all this research, and he has to get all this research in first, whatever like that, when they make these test kits. So he's very smart. I would listen to him before Nicki Minaj. Before Nicki Minaj. I'm just saying. Now, if Nicki Minaj told me the best drink to go buy, the best concert to go check out, the best places to go eat, and all of that, the best designing clothes to wear, whatever like that, I may pay attention to her. I'm going to listen.
And it's not to say that she's a moron, but I just feel like that certain things that people do and say are a prime example of stay in your lane.
Yeah,
stay in your lane, mind your business, drink your water, do what you love and love what you do, and don't step into somebody else's puddle without a damn raincoat. Like, I don't understand why people have this. It's the audacity for me that people just go out and just open up their mouth. You can feel strongly about not wanting to do something.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to get the vaccine, but I did. And that's my choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can feel how they feel. Was I afraid? Yes, I was, because of all the miscommunication and all the information that was going out, and just fear of it just being so quickly done, and then all the back and forth. So I had my own personal reasons. There's more than that.
Right.
But I then have to also think about the fact of what I do. People that have to be around. I don't want to have to, feel like I have to be stagnant and then lose my livelihood, or not be able to see my family, or not be able to be around kids, or whatever the case may be, because we're all over the place.
Yeah,
we could go from going to run a concert, to doing a movie premiere, to sitting in front of kids and talking to kids, and we may not ever be able to do that if we didn't get the vaccine. Yes, it feels like a shotgun wedding. It doesn't feel like it was a choice that I made primarily for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when somebody's just out there just shouting out whatever bullshit that they want to shout because of who they are, that's what I don't like. When you have a name for yourself, again, bring the message across correctly. Like, don't just do it because people gonna listen because you are who you are, and that's what they have. They have more respect of your name and your music than the actual information you're giving out.
Facts.
That shit is whack.
Facts.
I'm sorry.
That's when you're not using your
celebrity
responsible.
Right, exactly.
That's when you're not using your celebrity responsible.
Yep.
And it's like
it's ridiculous already.
Yeah, when it comes to science and people's health and people's lives, man, all of us only get one life. So I don't appreciate anybody playing with my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I value breathing. I value my life. You know what I'm saying? As someone that lived with asthma all their life, whatever, like, I value breathing.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and all of that. So, it's hard for me. Did I get vaccinated yet? I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. I know
you attempted to.
You got vax? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I just got my second shot on Monday.
Yeah, but I'm going to. But they didn't have the right one that I want. They had the Johnson & Johnson.
And you wasn't doing that.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. And I want the Moderna joint. So when I set my appointment up for the Moderna joint, then I'm going to go get vaccinated. But my thing is, I get all the conspiracy theories. Yeah. I get that the government ain't shit.
I get the fear and all that stuff.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get the fear mongering that the media does, whatever like that, because they don't have no other news to talk about. So they harp on one thing. I get all of that. I know how this whole game works. But stop listening to people that haven't done their due diligence, that are not scientists, that they don't specialize in a certain field or whatever like that, or whatever, and take their word as law just because you like their music.
Right.
Cut it out. We got to be smarter than that as a people. Yeah. But shout out to everybody. Tracy said they reported that she actually got vaccinated after making a comment.
Are you kidding?
Nicki Minaj. Yeah, of course she did. It's just like Trump.
She has no freaking choice.
It's just like Trump. All that stuff he was talking about with COVID, it's not real. It's fake news.
But you understand what I'm saying?
But he got vaccinated.
We're talking about people who don't have a choice, because if you don't get vaccinated, you cannot travel and do shows and make money, and that's who you are. So what choice do you actually have? You can talk all the shit you want in the world, but if a law got to go do a show, a law can't go if we're not vaccinated, because if that's the rules, that's the rules. So guess what happens? We can't do what we love.
Exactly.
And it's sad. Yes, it's sad, and it feels like we're being pressured to do something that's against our will. But then what do we do? You know what I mean? Like it's that type of it's that thought process of now what?
Right.
No matter what I feel, no matter what I'm against, no matter how afraid I am, no matter all these things, it's what do you do? Do you say, F it, I'm not doing that shit? Or do you just lose your career, your livelihood, whatever it is? Like, nobody knows what anybody does for a living or behind the scenes or whatever. Everybody got to hustle.
Right.
But come on, man. Think twice about what the hell you putting out there. Like, at the end of the day, even if she did get vaccinated after, what fucking choice did she have?
Facts.
Come on now. She got a son. Whatever. Like, stop.
Shout out to Joy Oliver. Shout out to Sharon. Shay. Sharon, what's good? See you tomorrow. Shout out to Jeanette Castro. Hey, Jay. What's going on? Listen, man. All I'm just saying is choose wisely the information that you choose to believe.
Right.
All right? That's put out there on the internet.
And just be safe while you're doing it. Just,
Exactly.
be safe. Like, that's all we can say.
I want to show this clip about dating today. About what was it about? The clip you sent me about dating today.
Oh,
and how it is.
It was a funny TikTok video. It said dating in your 30s in New York City.
Yeah, you might as well say dating today.
Today, anywhere.
Today, period. Anywhere.
Period, yeah,
But
for
but
real.
peep the joke of it, but it's some realness to it, though.
Yeah.
Here's the clip.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Red. What's the color of your nipples? What's the color of your nipples? Light brown, dark brown.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Red. What's the color of your nipples? What's the color of your nipples? Light brown, dark brown.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
But it's some truth to it.
It is.
It's truth to it because I've seen it with my own eyes.
I've experienced it.
I watch these kids today and the youth today, and even some of us now. It's like we want to get straight to the point. It's no what's the color of your eyes no more. It's like it's no what's your favorite color. It's no what's your favorite foods no more.
What books you like to read.
It's straight to what's the color of your nipples? It's straight to how big is your this? It's straight to do you do this? Blah blah blah. In bed, do you like to do this? And it's like
I don't mean to laugh.
Listen, it's a different ball game out
way
there.
Too hard at that,
That's a reason why I'm glad I'm not in the dating game.
Oh my gosh.
No more like I used to be, man, because it's too much now. It's too much. Women are different too. Some of them are straight.
Oh yeah, straight
hardcore to the point. And it's funny when I watch shows like All the Queen's Men and you see how women are and whatever like that. That is true to today and what I'm seeing now. A lot of women are straight to the point. A lot of women today are how men, they're becoming all the things they hated about men.
Yeah.
And I see this. I got to be honest. A lot of women today are becoming all the things that they hated about men and they adapted their ways. Is that a good thing? No. Because somebody got to stay morally correct. And there was a point in time where women were always on their moral fiber correctness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like now it's like y'all doing some of the stuff that y'all hated about the brothers.
But see, that's why I was saying the other day we have to have another Venus versus Mars show because I listening to that, like I said, it wasn't funny because of course if you were faced with something like that, you'd be like, what the hell? But it was funny because it's like you have to find humor in everything that you see or whatever. But it's really sad that we've gotten to a point where something as simple as simple communication has become so hard. And I'm not saying everybody does it. Like I've had conversation with men that are in their 30s or whatever, and I'm not saying intimately, just conversation period, where some of y'all are more, morally correct than others and more, more educated and just, in a better place than others. Right. I don't want to, I'm trying not to say too much, but what I'm saying is that what happened to us, like what happened to the dating scene when when women were being courted and when women were just being women, we were being our feminine selves and being soft and showing vulnerability, because now we're at a point where women don't feel like men deserve any type of appreciation. They don't deserve any type of regard.
Right.
They don't deserve any type of respect. Like women are walking around just acting like y'all niggas. Like I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is. It's like, and then you wonder why men aren't attracted to you, or they treat you as such. Like, oh, I'm just gonna wham bam, thank you, man, and then see you around the way. And then we're still back at the women ain't shit, men ain't shit. No, you just ain't shit, and you're attracting exactly what you're giving out. We got to, again, the narrative has to be changed all across the board.
Paul Scott said, well, Storm Norm, I still say that women got the power. When they let that power go, men can get away with just about anything.
Oof.
Yeah, well.
I agree.
Well, hey.
Listen, it happens. Sometimes that vulnerability goes up to 1,000 and we forget exactly who we are and we think that that person deserves everything under the sun, whether we're getting what we need or not. And then that's when we have to wake up and say, you know what? You bugging the hell out. Snap out of it. There's somebody better.
Yeah.
And I'm saying on both sides. I'm not just saying for women. I'm just saying for men as well.
Yeah.
There's no respect level for any of us. Like, you listen to conversations and women have no respect for men and vice versa. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just saying the majority of the conversation I'm hearing is that. And it's scary.
All right. Let's go real quick to our topic before I talk about one more story that's floating around the entertainment industry.
Okay.
So the topic tonight was sometimes the person you want
doesn't deserve you.
Doesn't deserve you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the person you want don't deserve you. But the key to that is you realizing it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times y'all don't realize it until too late. That person that you want so bad really don't deserve you. Because you're not really looking deep into that person. You're just paying attention to what's on the surface. Okay? Okay. You're just paying attention to what's on the surface. And listen, ladies.
Men.
No, but a lot of y'all got to stop doing that.
You just said no, like men don't do the same thing?
No, we do.
We all do the same thing.
We do. But y'all, I've seen it, man. Y'all get so wrapped up into, oh my God, he's just
of course,
so fine.
because that's in a woman's nature to see a lot of us see the very best in certain men that even that man don't see in themselves, right? So then we take that as the ingredients to thinking that, well, some take it as the ingredients to think that they can change a man. That's one, and that shit ain't gonna fly. But again, I think it all depends on the situation. Like we said before, sometimes you can meet somebody off the fly and think, oh, because of what they feel initially, they know the person.
Right.
That's not okay.
Right.
But then you also have situations, again.
Big shout out to Leslie Anderson. Leslie, what's good? Let me clap it up for you. Appreciate you. Much love to you. Thank you. I see you. And just know BKS got love for you. Go ahead.
But then you also, like I said, there's other situations where you can really, like, you know somebody. And then you get to that point and then it's like, wow, that's what it is? Even though you've known this person for so many years and whatever, and it doesn't mean that because you've known the person for so long that there's not room for disappointment. There's going to be room for disappointment depending on the situation. But I just feel like with a lot of women, I'm not saying most, there are a lot of women still that have this nurturing way about themselves where they feel like once they become vulnerable with a person, they get comfortable and they feel like they have that room to breathe with a person and they, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel comfortable with them, that there's no room for disappointment. But then when it hits you, it's like, oh shit, then what do?
Yeah, well,
you find out things that you didn't think that you would ever find out because you don't see it.
Here's the thing what it goes back to when it comes to that. And again, if you just joined us, shout out to Alicia Akins. Alicia, what's good? I see you. And again, our initial topic is...
Oh, sis going in right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
All right. You want to read it? Where's it at?
She said, because sometimes we raise these men because parents couldn't make them better for their next situation.
But here.
She said she'll drink to that.
No, but here's the thing. I'm trying to find the initial thing, and let me go to that real quick. Here it is, right here. So again, we're talking about sometimes the person you want does not deserve you. They don't deserve you, and that's because you know what? A lot of times we make the wrong choices based on the wrong things.
Right.
And I see, listen, anytime a woman makes her choice about a man because of how he looks, the car he drives, the type of money he makes, how much money he makes, the material things he has, you're setting yourself up for failure already. And I'm telling you that right now. Without actually getting to know this person. So yeah, if that's all you're looking for in a man, right? and he knows.
Then you're ready to set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, and he knows that
right,
you value these things about him.
But
you
I'm
value
talking,
the fact that he's handsome. You value the fact that he got money.
That's not true value, though.
But listen, you know what I'm saying? If he feels as though, she likes the fact I got money, she likes the fact I'm handsome, blah, and then he could play on that or whatever like that, he's not going to treat you the way you need to be treated and that you really want to be treated.
I completely agree with everything that you just said.
And you have to, ladies, start knowing your worth. You have to start knowing your worth. You have to realize, and when you get in situations like becoming a side chick or being a mistress or whatever like that, you're setting yourself up for failure because you really don't know your worth. One. And then two, you don't realize that this person that you're with really doesn't deserve you. But go ahead.
Right, but see, okay, but those are a few examples. But then you have to also flip it back over to the women who came into a situation thinking that this was a safe zone for them. Mm-hmm. They felt a safety that they never felt with anybody else. Mm-hmm. You can mention side chicks, you can mention all these other different whatever. But what about the women? What about the women who came into a situation thinking that none of that shit existed? Who came in a situation thinking that they were the only one that honestly did not know because people have this like real obscured perception of side chicks and whatever. Because I've been there before. I can't sit here and act like I'm a fucking nun. I'm not. Okay. I've been in a situation where I was that person, okay, and the way the situation was brought to me wasn't brought like that's what I was gonna be. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Right. So in that note, of course, I felt the safety. I felt the safety of like, okay, I know this person. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. Was I in love? Yeah. Was I with this person because of what the person could do for me, bring to me, give to me, what he did, his looks? No, because I've never been a person that ever was attracted to a person because of their looks. Mm. If you look at the rundown of my relationships and the guys that I was with, you'd be like, this bitch don't have a type. No, ain't no monkeys. I'm messing with you. Ain't no monkeys. What I'm saying is that I always went with personality first. Asshole. Don't let me get pictures of the chicks you was with before, Sandy. The point is that can only ring true for a person who knew exactly what they were getting into. Mm-hmm. I could never sit here and talk bad about a person that I dealt with or I was with or whatever the situation might be, right? Only because of the fact that I know from myself, because I know me. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, but I'm still top tier, nigga. What I'm saying is this. I always come into... Sorry. Mm-hmm. Well, I always come into a situation with the greatest of intentions for me and that person, right? So with that being said, you know, if a woman is coming into a situation and she's meeting a man and she feels safe and the conversation is great and everything is going, you know, by the book, right, or you know, or at least to like the best expectations you could ever have in your life or whatever. Of course, you're gonna want to stay there. Now, when things start to pop out later, you just sit there and blame yourself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there were no red flags to see. You understand what I'm saying? But if you go in there head first and there's nothing but a red flag waiting for you at the door at the very beginning, and you still went with it, then you stupid. Right. But like I said, my situation, and I know a lot of other people that went into situations thinking that, yo, like, this is the one. I'm in love. Like, you know, and shit happens. Like, people are fighting demons still. We don't know what a person is dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I just feel like, it's a very broad conversation. There's so many aspects of just this whole topic, period, that goes back to what me and you were saying a couple of weeks ago that we said like that meme we saw when men and women are ready to have true conversation, okay, about what you are and are not supposed to bring to the table when you're dealing with somebody. When you can let go of lying and deceitful shit and faking the funk and whatever. Once that stops happening, then you can start seeing people's true colors. But some people hide that shit so well that you don't know. Some people are really like blinded. And not by looks and money and whatever. They're just blinded by, I thought I was safe. And that's the worst pain you could ever feel, to feel safe for somebody and have them slap you in the face with like you got to be quicker than that bullshit after. Right. And so like I said, this is a full Venus and Mars. We need to have that like real soon. Yeah. I got people in line already. No, I'm serious. Like we need to have another one. Because I feel like that needs to happen more often. Like we need to have more adult conversation. Like all jokes aside, just more adult conversation with people who really still know what value means as far as relationships and love and actually respecting people. Because I feel like how me and you sit here right now.
Right.
You're married. You know, I have whatever situation I have going on.
Right.
But there's a respect level.
Mhm.
There's a value, right?
Mhm.
Once that value is gone, what do we have left?
Facts.
That means I never appreciated you or your friendship from the very beginning. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to that. And I think that more conversations need to be had to maybe get back to that, you know, the idea of changing the narrative.
Paul
for that
said,
type of
Paul
shit.
said, he said, Norm, you're all over my initial comment about women, but also if women are raised in fatherless homes, it's difficult to understand your worth.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, I've seen.
Because I was raised by a beautiful, strong woman who went through hell and back with my father and still taught me, you know what I mean? And I still made my own decisions to still do the same opposite. You get what I'm saying?
Hold on. I just heard some devastating news from Paul Scott that the Giants lost.
Boy.
Oh, my God.
They lost? I mean, yeah, like, really, you know, I'm a Giants fan all day, but you really just flipped that like that? Jeez. Devastating.
Jeez.
Boy, bye.
All right, he just messed me up. He messed me up right there. All right. You know what?
Warrior King 32 said, deep topic. I'll be 35 in January, and my mind is evolving.
Yes. Yes.
Still learning.
Salute.
That's it.
Clap that up. Let's clap that up.
Sometimes we care with a genuine heart, and boys, not men, boys prey on that. That was my sis Melinda. It's true, though. It's true. But we'll talk about that later, sis.
No doubt, no doubt. Licia said, let's read her comments.
That's true.
Licia said.
Where we at? Licia said, you first know, she capped it. You first know what you want, right. Have standards, stick to those standards, don't waver, look for the red flags. Don't give of yourself too much. If you give of your body too quick, lust will be guider and not common sense. I hear you. That's true.
And clap that up.
Yeah. Everybody's like, damn, the Giants lost.
Yo, man, that's some devastating news right there.
No, but it's true. But then that also, I don't know. I guess we're living in a world now where they say, you know, don't give too much too quick or whatever. But I feel like it's much harder when you have conversation with somebody that you really connect with.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're all going to sit here and say, damn, like I felt a connection. We got so much in common. But you have to also, and it's sad that we have to also be able to still say in that same breath, but I still got to keep my guard up because you know what I mean? You never know. That's whack. I always thought that was always whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always said that you could have a friendship with somebody, 10, 20 years plus and think that you know them back and forth and you feel that they know you the same way, but just because of whatever they've experienced in the past, you'll still suffer from that. That's just that karma shit.
And they could just flip on you.
Oh my God, flip on you. And trust me, I know. I've been there. And when I tell you, still healing from it.
Yeah.
But the love still stands and, the regard still stands. But sometimes you have to walk away and it hurts, because you feel like you're letting go of something that you had a very, very high regard for, a high reverence for. And that shit sucks.
Big time.
That shit fucking hurts, and I man, listen, let me shut up.
Big time. Listen, real quick.
You always doing this.
Yeah, listen, real quick. All right, so we're gonna lighten it up. So here's my thing, real quick. Who y'all think would win in a versus against P. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri? Against Puffy and Jermaine Dupri? Who y'all think? Honestly, let's be honest. Who would win in that versus?
I saw that earlier. Oof. That's hard because they both have a very, very crazy catalog, each of them. You think about Diddy with Bad Boy, period. You know what I mean? Like everybody that he was, behind, as far as production and stuff. Right. And then Jermaine Dupri had a large catalog with So Def and Mariah and Jagged Edge and the Brat. All those camps.
Right. So
I don't know. I think it's just hard for me because I've never
Make
with
a
this
choice.
whole. I can't. I just feel like it would just be R&B and hip hop one type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It would be hard to choose because as producers, no matter how you feel about either one of them personally, they like I said, their catalogs are insane. I really couldn't choose, to be honest.
I'm gonna be honest, right? And the reason why I'm talking about this because Diddy, when Jermaine mentioned the verses between, when Jermaine said, "I want to do a verses with Puff Daddy,"
right?
Diddy's response was, "Your arms are too short to box with God."
No, did he really say that?
Diddy said, "Your arms are too short to box with God."
But that's versus talk, or you think he really felt that way?
Nah, I think he really feel that way.
Oh shit!
He said all he have to do is play Biggie and Mary, and he'll kill Jermaine, basically in the verses. And I thought that was kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
And especially now, if you're talking about producer versus producer,
right?
You cannot sleep on Jermaine Dupri.
You can't.
And for Diddy to say that, I thought that was kind of disrespectful.
Well, I mean, it's Diddy. Like, what you think he gonna say?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's kind of disrespectful. Jermaine got some skills. I like what this dude was saying. I play a little bit of the clip, and I know we got to rock. All right, here's a little bit of the clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to get involved. Some are going to say I'm hating, but I'm just going to spew facts. Diddy jumped off the ledge when he said, "I will kill you with just Biggie and Mary J. Blige." That means that you, Diddy, think that you have better produced songs than Jermaine Dupri. That's what you're saying, right? Because we all know that, you know what I'm talking about, Jermaine not only has a song of the decade When We Belong Together, not only has countless hits and million sellers, but he actually produces. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking the question, have you ever seen Puff sit down at a beat machine? I just want to know. He's great at organizing talent. That is producing. I will give him that. He is great at putting the right producers, the string men, the guitarists, the bass, this, that, and the third together. Yes, he's one of the best that ever did it. But you cannot say that you are a better producer than Jermaine Dupri. He actually plays the music. He writes the songs that the whole world sings. So Jermaine Dupri, I understand that's your partner, man, but I had to speak up for Atlanta because I mean this when I say there's no greater producer of our generation than Jermaine Dupri. I don't want to go on record right now because I don't have the facts in front of me. Sturgis and Tiffany, y'all got to give me the fun facts. We'll put them on the Instagram. Who got the most number ones? Who got the most whatever. But I guarantee you it's a close battle. So Diddy, I would encourage you to rethink that battle. To be honest with you, Dr. Dre would be a good versus, right? It would theoretically be a good versus because both of y'all dip, and dab with the rap and the production and whatever. But come on, bro, you made a hell of a statement right there. Jermaine Dupri's arms are too
I'm gonna have
short.
to clap it up for the bruh, because I agree. Don't sleep on Jermaine Dupri. Don't sleep on his catalog. The fact that Jermaine Dupri actually gets behind a keyboard and rocks some keys, gets behind a beat machine and programs the hell of that beat machine. Right. The fact that he actually writes songs and everything. Jermaine Dupri got a deep, real music history. Diddy is a producer, but he's a different type of producer than a Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
Jermaine Dupri is an active, hands-on producer. Hands-on producer as far as instruments and drum machines and all of that, and organizing the right people to do whatever.
Right.
Diddy is a good what's the word when delegator.
Right.
He delegates to what he can't do. So I'm gonna get this guitarist here. I'm gonna get this dude, he's dope with the samples. I'm gonna get this dude, he's dope with programming beats, blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna put them all together in the room and we're gonna come up with something dope. That is a producer. Quincy Jones does that too, but Quincy Jones also plays music.
Yeah. But this is what I was saying to you earlier, that this is what the versus battle actually created. Like, even though the versus battles are cool to watch and they're fun and you get to enjoy the music, that's why I love what you did with the head-to-head battle thing, where it wasn't so much of a, I was getting ready to say, ooh, gotta try. It wasn't so, I can't say what I want to say though.
Go ahead.
It wasn't so much of a tallywhacker measuring contest. If you understand what I'm saying, right? It takes away from just celebrating the music. Because even though, like we said, Jermaine's nasty with producing the music and actually creating stuff, why can't it just be that we're just celebrating the catalogs? It always has to be who's better than, you know what I'm saying?
But to make the verses fun,
of course,
you have
to have the competition, and
like
you have to have the
when we did head-to-head hits,
right?
We knew what it was. We
always like both you see where that got you see where that got Ja Rule and Joe the other night, where how Joe said, "Yo, I was ready for war. I was that's how he said it. I was in that mind frame." So it took away from. I just came to celebrate my music. I was ready to shut you down. That's why I called dusty bitches and crack.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it created this whole, I gotta say sorry because your mindset was somewhere else as opposed to just celebrating the music. Now it's who's better than who's getting the bag.
Right.
Like,
but okay, and I see a lot of some people saying Diddy. Yeah, I know Diddy said he wanted Dre, but listen, even with Dre, homie, listen, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be rough. All right, because Dre got some bangers. Man. And see,
he does.
What a lot of people, and shout to what I see a lot of people on my posts got to remember is you just thinking East Coast. Y'all thinking East Coast. When you say Diddy, y'all just thinking East Coast. When you say Jermaine,
he got both.
He got both.
Yep.
He got that dirty South. He got you know what I'm saying? Like he got both. Jermaine got a catalog, and it's funny because I was going to do a head-to-head against the Brat versus East Coast female artist. No, but even her catalog is deep. I didn't realize how dope her catalog was. I went through her catalog and I started playing joints. And I said, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, Funk Defy. We was rocking to that. Like, there's a lot of joints she got that's
other than features.
No, she has some joints.
No, I'm saying you're saying other than features as far as like album cuts or whatever.
Yeah, the Brat was on some joints. If I go play, you'll be like, oh wow, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and that's the beauty about this verses. And when we do head-to-head hits, because we dig deep, and we only could pull 10 of the best, whatever. And so that's the whole fun of when we do like our head-to-head hits, as opposed to the verses. But now, Diddy against Jermaine Dupri would actually be a great battle.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be a dope versus battle.
But to be fair, in that audience, you would have to have half of Atlanta and half of New York.
Yo, for real.
Yeah, it had to be 50-50 with the people you have in there. Shout out to Paul said, yeah, but those are still facts that I don't know about Dupri, and I'm quite sure the average consumer don't know. No, you know when you hear it, Paul. That's the thing. You know when you hear it, like, oh, I forgot about, and that's the beauty of that, man. It reminds us of some of the stuff we forgot. Half the stuff we forgot about. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much music coming out. You know, music is coming out like a machine, whatever. And half the stuff we're forgetting about. And that's why we love the verses, because you're like, oh, yeah, that one. Oh, that one. Or when we do head-to-head hits, you're like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, you pulled out that one.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. And Diddy talking about he want Dre. I'm like, bruh, listen, man. You can't be that cocky, bruh.
Yeah.
When a lot of times, see, I know the game, and a lot of times you just putting your name on the record.
Well, that's that male ego shit, because when we had Erica and Jill shit, it was all love. You know what I mean? And even though like with Ashanti and Keisha, it was the funny shit behind it with the being late, whatever, but it was still like a sis giving sis, you know what I'm saying, her flowers, whatever the case is. I just feel like if it was more of that, it would be so much more fun. But I get that there has to be like some type of machismo shit behind it. You know what I mean?
And Paul, where artists are from, it trumps who does what in the studio, because where artists are from are big at these battles.
Yeah.
Where artists are from is you know, it ain't where you from, is where you at. Yeah, okay. But let's keep it 100. Hip hop was all about bragging about where you from.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about where you from. I'm from Brooklyn.
Right.
I'm the Bronx.
Because even like the DMX
Money
and Snoop,
making Harlem. This that.
I feel like the DMX and Snoop versus was like, it was funny as hell. But I feel like that was like one of the perfect examples of having someone from like the East Coast, because Snoop's catalog is sickening.
It's crazy.
Don't talk to me about Unk's catalog, but then you talk about X. X represents New York, period. Yonkers, you know what I'm saying? Mount Vernon, whatever. Like it just depends. Like again, like you said, there's a certain, you know, energy that's behind the versus battle that kind of like, you know, what's the word? Like controls like the energy of how it works.
Right.
So it's beyond just, oh, I love your music and I like your music too.
Right.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
if it was that simple, then I would just be like,
Shout out to all the comments.
Yeah.
Shout out to Denise. She's
They're both dope.
I like Jermaine too.
Mhm.
Hold on.
They're both dope.
Yeah,
They're both dope.
Yeah, my thing is though, and Diddy again, man. We know with Biggie, but see again, like you said, a lot of stuff that people,
But
like
with
Paul was
everybody.
saying, a lot of things that the average consumer don't care about.
Right.
You know, like a lot of times you think Diddy did X, Y, and Z, but sometimes he just may have called Stevie J in.
Right.
Stevie,
Exactly.
do this beat.
There's more people behind the situation.
Write the
than you
song.
think. Yep.
Blah blah blah, and I'm putting my name on it.
Yeah.
And Diddy would put his name on things that really he really didn't do a lot of work to. You know what I'm saying?
It's even like Bub. You follow Big Bub, right?
Yeah.
When Bub posted the other day, he was like, "Yo, I've been behind some really big records." You don't really know exactly who's behind the success of certain records.
Facts.
People just think Bad Boy, who generates it and whatever. But you forget the writers are. I feel like a larger portion
The
of
writers
why
and the line,
and
the line producers.
exactly of like why these records are so damn
Right,
big.
right.
Like Bub was writing shit on background. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that is like, yo, you think about that. Like so, when you think about Jermaine, like you said, there's a huge difference. He's back there actually putting the music together.
All right.
Whatever. So
we're gonna do this. So
that's crazy.
Paul said, "Y'all do your own Diddy and Dupree battle, Norm. We could do it. I'll take Dupree.
Okay.
You could rap New York. I'll take Jermaine Dupree.
So we're gonna
but
do it
remember,
head-to-head?
but remember, you gotta take 10.
Okay.
You gotta do 10. That's the fun of it.
I know.
Because they got so much
10's
in their
never
catalog.
enough. I know.
Right.
10's never
That's
enough.
the fun of it. You take 10 joints.
Okay.
Diddy joints, and I'll take 10 Dupree joints.
I'm game. Okay.
And we do it head to head.
We're gonna do it.
You call it.
So I'm Bad Boy.
Set the date.
Damn.
You Bad Boy. I'm So Deaf.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
Let's pick the date for it. All right. It is done. It is written.
It is done.
We're going to do that. We're going to do it live on Mixcloud because they don't cut us off.
How about October 1st, my grandma's birthday?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
We good.
We're going to do it.
Bad Boy, baby for life.
So Deaf. What was their little saying? They had a saying. So Deaf. I
Oh,
forgot.
damn.
I
They
forgot.
did. Oh, my God. What was that saying?
So it's on. That's going to be our first comeback
Okay.
head to head. All right.
We ride together.
And then I want somebody to battle me on Jay-Z versus Nas. I got Nas.
Oh, that was you and Ori.
She got Jay?
She had, I think she said she had 9.
No, see, I got Nas. I'm a Nas.
Oh, so I think she had Jay.
I want somebody that want Jay.
Okay.
That want to take Jay for 10 joints. So whoever want to battle me against Jay versus
We
Nas,
still got to do Phyllis Hyman and Angela.
let's do it.
Okay,
So
I'm ready.
again, y'all know Head to Head Hits is coming back.
Mhm.
Just prepare for that. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, man, on the Storm Warning Show. We'll be here every Thursday now from
Yes.
7 p.m. All
Ooh,
right.
Yes, that's our new time.
Yeah, our new time is 7 p.m. to 8:30.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half show, 7 p.m. to 8:30, and then after that would be the Dollhouse show. So again, we're coming back at a new time on Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 8:30. Storm on the show, BKS1 Radio TV. Share out the show for those that missed it. We appreciate y'all. Nothing but love for y'all, man. And remember, this show is never about us.
It is always about you.
Because you are the next best kept secret. And look, don't forget, Sipping Slow Jams is
Yes,
going down
tomorrow
tomorrow.
night.
Listen, yeah.
I'm excited.
Listen, we only going to change, make a rain date if by 5 o'clock it's
storming.
raining like hard and all this. Then yeah, but it's supposed to really just be a shower in the morning.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I checked the weather and
it may be a little shower, whatever like that in the afternoon, but Sipping Slow Jams from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. They said from 7 p.m. Actually from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. The weather's gonna be fine. So from 6 p.m. on, the weather's gonna be fine. So it's going down tomorrow. Sipping Slow Jams. We're prepared for this one.
Okay.
It's gonna be some great times, some great music selections, man. You're gonna hear tomorrow. Shout out to Melissa Hunter. She's gonna be blessing y'all with a live performance. The food's gonna be great. The drinks is gonna be flowing. It's gonna be grown and sexy. Come get your drink on. If you was there at the last one, You had a great time.
It just says 34% chance of rain at 6
Now
p.m.
it went down to 34.
Yeah.
Earlier it
always
was
changes.
57.
And then it says at 7 p.m. 72 with partly cloudy, sunny. And then from 8 to 11, 69, 70, 71 with a 15% chance of shower.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
we'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be good. I mean, we'll check tomorrow, but
we rocking
we
out
could
before.
always check.
People said that about the Hawaiian joint.
Bring a
Everybody-
poncho. Yeah, and
everybody's and it was
beautiful.
And it
So
was
bring
beautiful.
a poncho with you.
Yeah, but we got mad tents.
You got tents and
Yeah,
stuff,
we
yeah.
got mad tents and everything out there, whatever. So you're gonna be good. The food gonna be flowing. Get there, listen early. If you want to eat, this thing is from 7 to 11 p.m. Sip and slow jams. All right. So if you want to eat, make sure you get there between 7 and 9 o'clock to get your food, whatever. Because everybody was talking about the food, whatever. And initially on the flyer, yes, it says finger foods, right? Finger foods. We have cigars and hookahs, but it was way more. If you was there, it was way more than finger foods. People had a good time. We got a VIP section. People paid the extra $10.
That's because you and Sandy don't know what finger food is. Y'all say finger food, end up having they always go all out. That's why I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, listen, if you want tickets, Cash App, $ BKS1 Radio. It's gonna be a nice time. We got some more, a few more tickets left or whatever like that, to sell. But and then we got to do a cutoff, y'all.
Yeah.
RSVPs are limited and everything. Shout out to everybody that bought tickets, man. Y'all really came through this time.
Dope.
And people bought tickets. Shout out to everybody that bought tickets. And again, it's only $20. Where you gonna go for $20, right? And drink like that, be able to drink like that, have food
and dope music,
dope atmosphere, environment,
and then hookah and cigars, and
pool. You can play. There's a pool table back there in the yard.
That's where I'll be.
There's a horseshoe area back there. If you
and
want
then you also have other games, right? Like trivia games and stuff like that.
Trivia. If you get trivia questions right, we give away a gift bag and all of that. Okay. And listen.
And live performances.
Yeah, live performance, and then also we gonna if you answer a certain thing that we're gonna do, you get a pair of some beautiful Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we giving out the new joints.
Dope.
Yeah, we giving out and everything. This is how we do it, man. Sip and Slow Jams, only $20.
Yeah, I heard a great thing about the other one.
Yeah, this is why it's billed as try something different. Sip and Slow Jams. When was the last time you just rocked out, went to a lounge, red lights popping up, and you just heard
Perfect
slow
for
jams.
Date nights, y'all.
Grown folks music all night, slow jams. You reminiscing about, I remember that. Oh, play that. Oh, and it's funny. People was singing the joints, and that's what we want y'all to do.
I saw the videos. It was
We
nice.
want y'all to remember when music was good, man, and slow jams. Because listen, shout out, we got our house music festivals, and we love them. The house music bangouts, we love them. You got your hip-hop concerts
joints.
and your hip-hop joints and all this. You got your jazz joints. But this is Sip and Slow Jams. Sip and Slow Jams. So y'all make sure, if you haven't already, get your ticket. I'll let you know if we went over with the tickets because we're almost at that point.
Okay.
So if you're going to get your tickets now. But it's going down tomorrow, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's at what we like to call Bradley Park at our private residence. And
it's beautiful,
and everything in the yard, in the backyard, and it's just a nice environment. It's away from everything else that's going on, man. So
and
come
it's
check us
family,
out.
so that makes it even better.
Yeah, it's a real feel good situation. All right, so again,
May
we
I?
want to thank y'all.
May I?
Yes. Oh, go ahead. Shout it out.
So really quick, just want to tell everybody in case whoever's not following, me and the girls are gonna be performing at Sony Hall on October 28th. It's going to be for DJ Chuck Chillout's 60th birthday party. God bless. He made it 60 years. And we're performing alongside of Chuck D and Terminator X. I'm sorry, Terminator. It is X, right? I'm reading wrong. I got my glasses on. Nice and Smooth. And my fake father who's born on my birthday, Big Daddy K. So I'm excited. So if you guys want to, just check it out, go get your tickets, come out. Hopefully, we could get the fam there and we could all just go out there and celebrate Chuck Chillout's birthday. But we will be performing. And it's going to be a dope show. And we're excited. So follow us on Instagram, official Allure 97, and hopefully we can see all the fam there.
No doubt. Alicia, inbox me and everything. We make that happen.
Come out to Sip and Slow tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night it's going to be a dope 7 to 11, right?
And this is our last one of the summer.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Of the summer. But we did say of the summer.
Of the summer,
ends.
yeah, right.
All right, so that can mean anything.
Hopefully next summer we could be rid of all these masks and get back to some type of normalcy. Because I know next year be dope.
Yeah. And you know what was beautiful too about the last one was you actually saw some people get up and slow dance.
And I asked you that, the people slow dance.
I was like, wow.
Were there more couples than like regular people? Like were the date nights?
It was a lot of females there, but it was some brothers there that was real nice to the ladies.
That's dope.
It was one brother there that got up there and kind of slow danced with all the ladies.
With everybody.
yeah. And there was couples there, and there was just females just coming out just to vibe.
That's
just
dope.
for the drink, to have a glass of wine in their hand and put their hands up.
No, I heard it was nice. People called me and was like, "Why you wasn't there?" Because I guess they expected me, but I had my grandson that day, so I couldn't come. But I heard nothing but great things about it. Everybody said that the music was perfect, the vibe was dope. People were smoking cigars. That P had a lit, with the hookah and stuff.
And people loved the fact that we had a screen in the back with certain songs. When I would play certain songs on my DJ set, the artists would actually come up live, on the screen and be singing the song. So like if I was playing Whitney Houston song or Teddy Pendergrass, you would see Teddy singing that song, and it was so dope on the big screen. It's just a vibe. It's a whole.
You always
vibe.
do dope parts. I give you that. You are sometimes.
But
because it's you sometimes.
It's me sometimes. Listen,
I'm excited. Though.
Listen, again, we build it as a whole vibe, but who knows, man? We may even take that to a venue. I was approached by some high officials to create a Sip and Slow Jams in the park.
Stop.
With a giant screen. Yeah, I was approached already.
That'd be dope.
So who knows where this thing may go, but we started this thing grassroots, Sip and Slow Jams. We doing something different than what anybody else is doing. So if y'all see somebody else copping that and doing that, they biting.
For real.
We've been on this thing
Trademark.
for a minute.
Let's go. Trademark
Sip and
this.
Slow Jams. That's us. That's us already. So
that's dope.
You already know. But hopefully y'all can make it through. And don't get upset when y'all see pictures and stuff posted up. And video posted up, like, yo, we had a good time. And you wasn't there because you was hemming and hauling if you should get a ticket or not. Get your, try again. Try something. Hashtag try something different. Hashtag Sip and Slow Jams. Hashtag it's a whole new vibe.
Hashtag BKS1 Radio.
No doubt.
DJ Storm Door because it's yours.
Peace and blessings.
Wait, really quick. I'm sorry, real quick. I just want to say congratulations to our girl, Deja B.
Yes.
She joined the GIF challenge. I don't know if you guys saw it. Ludacris.
Yes.
Started a GIF challenge where he wanted some people to put GIF peanut butter in their mouth and then spit, like do a rap. Apparently, she joined and she won. They sent her a package with a gold chain with a spoon on it and Jiffy peanut butter with a package. So she won. Deja always in something. She's always like just. So shout out to sis. I just saw it today, so I just wanted to give her a shout out and just, tell her say congratulations or whatever from us and the family.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Peace and
And
blessings
that's
to
it.
everybody.
We love y'all.
Man. Listen, we love y'all.
Yes.
And again,
thank you for listening as always.
yes, we'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
All right. Peace and blessings. We gonna be out.